In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, those who believe in the unseen, Surah Al-Baqarah 2:3. If you want to understand the immense happiness and blessings found in faith and the great pleasure and comfort it provides, look at and listen to this parable. Once upon a time, two men set out on a journey for both pleasure and business. One of them, a selfish and unfortunate man, took one path, while the other, a God-fearing and fortunate man, took another. The selfish man, being self-centered, anxious, and pessimistic, ended up in a very bad place as a consequence of his pessimism. Everywhere he looked, he saw weak and helpless people crying out in distress from the oppression and destruction caused by tyrants. Throughout his travels, he witnessed such sad and painful scenes. The whole country seemed to him like a vast house of mourning. To escape this painful and dark state, he found no other solution but to resort to drunkenness, because everyone appeared to him as enemies and strangers. He also saw terrifying corpses and hopelessly weeping orphans. His conscience was in agony. On the other hand, the God-fearing man, who was pious and concerned with truth, ended up in a beautiful place. This good man found the country he entered full of joy and celebration. Everywhere he saw happiness, festivities, and places of worship filled with ecstatic prayers. Everyone appeared to him as friends and relatives. Throughout the country, he saw a festive farewell ceremony with praises and thanks. He also heard joyful military music celebrating the recruitment of soldiers. Instead of being tormented by his own and others' pain like the unfortunate man, this fortunate man felt joy and relief both from his own happiness and the happiness of the people. He also made a good trade and thanked God. Then he returned and encountered the other man. Understanding his situation, he said to him,
"Man, you've gone mad. The ugliness within you must have reflected on your perception, causing you to see joy as sorrow and farewells as looting and pillaging. Get a grip on yourself, purify your heart, so that this veil of calamity may lift from your sight and you can see the truth. For a kingdom ruled by such an extremely just, merciful, caring, powerful, orderly, and compassionate king, which clearly displays signs of progress and perfection, cannot be as you perceive it."
Eventually, the unfortunate man came to his senses and regretted his actions. He said,
"Indeed, I had gone mad from drunkenness. May God bless you for saving me from a hellish state."
"O my soul, know that the first man represents a disbeliever or a sinner who is heedless of God. To him, this world is a universal house of mourning. All living beings are weeping orphans under the blows of separation and decay. Humans and animals are helpless, torn apart by the claws of death. Large entities like mountains and seas are like soulless, terrifying corpses. Such painful, crushing, and dreadful delusions stem from his disbelief and misguidance, causing him spiritual torment. The other man, however, is a believer. He acknowledges and affirms his Creator. To him, this world is a place of worship for the merciful, a training ground for humans and animals, and a field of trial for humans and jinn. All the deaths of animals and humans are mere discharges. Those who have completed their duty in this transient world move on to another world joyfully and without distress, making way for new beings to come and fulfill their duties. All the births of animals and humans are like soldiers being recruited, called to arms, and sent to their posts. All living beings are like joyful soldiers on duty, like content and orderly officials. All the sounds they make are either the praises and glorifications at the start of their duties, the thanks and celebrations at the end of their tasks, or the melodies arising from the joy of performing their work. In the eyes of the believer, all existence consists of friendly servants, dear employees, and sweet books of his generous Lord and compassionate owner. Many such pleasant, sublime, delightful, and sweet truths manifest and become apparent through his faith. Thus, faith carries the seed of a spiritual tuba tree of paradise, while disbelief harbors the seed of a spiritual zakum tree of hell. Hence, safety and security are found only in Islam and faith. Therefore, we should always say, all praise is due to Allah for the religion of Islam and the perfection of faith.